Howdy folks, how's it diddling? We're back on it again on Purple Slurple, and today's job is to fix up the connectors. So let's jump to the front of the car, under bonnet as they say, and show you what I've got to deal with. Come and join me. How much rust? All of it. Right, so here we are under the bonnet. So this is what we've got to do. We need to connect this wire. Need to connect them up and then them up. Realised that I can cut this cable down a lot more to probably about there, so I'll cut that. But then we've got the other cable, which is just over here, and as we can see, the that one onto there, and then obviously that one onto there. So again, probably have to cut this one down so it's more in line, but yeah, so that's the plan today. So let's get set up and cut that. We don't need miles of it, so we'll kind of roughly cut that one about, let's cut it about there. So there we go. Do a quick measure up. Yeah, so cut that one about the same length. There we go. So now we need to carefully cut this back. So just go around it like so. And then there we go. With your little snippers. And you just want to cut the plastic. There we go. So that one's probably a bit too much, so we can give this one a bit of a haircut. And there we go. So give that a twist. Give that a twist. So I'm using these connectors. Grab yourself a big connector like that. Give it a twist. And there we go. So once that's on, now these are a pair of wire strippers. They're not brilliant, and what you need to do, just put that in there and then just clamp it down. There we go. That's not going to go anywhere. And we need to get another one. That's probably the right size. Hopefully. Yeah, so that one's the right size. And again, put it in the relative where you kind of need it. And then clamp down. There you go. That's not going to go anywhere. So then you need to make sure these are nice and twisted. Now before you do this, you need to get some hold of these. So there's our two. What do they do? So these are just heat shrink. I think so. These are just heat shrink. So plop one over there like that, and I'll need a bigger one. And this came with the kit. There we go. And slip it over. And get the end. Give it a good shake through. Oh. Trying to do this the best so you can see, but not that great. And then once you're happy with it, again give it the old squeeze. There we go. There's one side done. Grip of death. And there we go. So they're now connected up. Next thing you do, get yourself a lighter. I've got this very kind of fashionable one. And then all you do is you get your lighter and then you just give it the old heat treatment, whilst trying not to burn yourself, obviously. There you go, that's that one done. Now I'll tell you what works brilliantly instead of a lighter, a little creme brulee torch. I have got one somewhere, but can I find it? Can I bugger a bit? But you get the gist. So then it's all nice and sealed up. So this is the negative side, so that will plop onto the battery like so, and it kind of looks almost, bring you in a bit closer, looks almost factory. Right, I'll just do the same to them, and then we can chuck a battery in, obviously move this stuff, chuck a battery in, and then fire the old girl up. Right, so that's them shortened down and trimmed up. So next thing, I probably won't film it because you saw me do these, but get those fitted to that. Right, that's the battery in and all done and dusted. I haven't tightened these down. Now the battery does need possibly a recharge, so it might just fall on its arse and not start, or it might fire into life, but let's get the keys and give it a twirl. Right, this might go well, it might not. So, key in. That's not a good sign. No lights in the dash and nothing. So I'm thinking that that battery is well and truly out of charge. Also, this immobilizer thing, when you press it, it's yeah, it needs a cover for the button, but doesn't seem to be working. But it should be at least getting something on the dash, but nothing. So gonna have to get another battery and chuck that on. So yeah, might be a day or two, but we'll get this sorted. Right, it's been a couple of days since that last clip. Actually quite a few days, almost a week, but the battery's here, turned up, nice little Hanuk battery. So go and get the keys for Purple Slurple and slap this one on. Let's go. Alright, here we go. Pop the old bonnet up and all the safety. Now you'll see grass here. Now I have had to move the Purple Slurple, which I'll explain in a minute. But let's get this battery plopped in. Like I say, so I haven't actually started this yet. I had to move it from its spot where it was. That should do. Right. There's the keys. Right. Got the keys. Let's see if she'll crank over. Well, we've got life. Now that is the immobiliser. Now, if I press the button, unfortunately, it's not working. So I need to figure out, I have put a new battery in, but I think this is just dead, which is great. But, oh, we've got beeping. Oh, we've got lights. Right. Let's go for a start. Will it go? Oh, oh, she wants to go. Oh, come on. Oh, she wants to live. Oh, 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 oh. Come on, come on. Oh, so close. Hey! Hey! It starts. Oh, that's fantastic. And it just goes to show, I don't think the immobiliser actually does anything because, well, we've got indicators going off. And we've got the little light here, but it started. Hey, it's running all right, that is. That sounds all right. You know, she's running a bit high and the fuel level is really, let's put you around here. But it runs. Oh, yes. Get in. Oh, love it. So that's fantastic. It runs. She's idling down. Is running a bit rough. Could do with a service and spark plugs and things like that. But, and some fuel desperately because it's really low. And I remember the last time, when this was started, which was over a year ago now, I just put normal E10 fuel in, which turns out that with the ethanol content degrades and isn't as great. So I'll have to get a jerry can of E5 fuel, but she runs. That is brilliant. Little engine is just absolutely just, you know, give it some blaps. Sounds like it's got a hole in the exhaust, so it sounds a bit sporty. But no, that is brilliant. I'm just absolutely stoked. It's all right, just trying the old CD player, but don't think it's got any life to it, so I'll have to pull that out and see if it's got any connections, but there's no life to it. Oh, the cigarette lighter, I've pushed that in. I wonder if that will work. Oh, that is just... Oh, shit. Okay. It just yeeted that under the seat. I best get that before it catches on fire. But it literally just whoop, fired it out. Right, I best go and grab that before it starts burning this thing down. Right, I was going to show you this, which I will in a sec, but whilst I've just been sat here and letting it idle, the alarm, whatever it is, mobiliser, that causes the indicators and everything to flash is... oh no, it's because I opened the door. I'll have to figure that one out, but yeah, right, you kind of see this. Push that in. And I'm not going to try and catch it, because... Where's it gone? Oh, here it is. Oh, that is just comical, the way it just fires it out. Oh. Oh, as you can tell, I'm stoked by this. Oh, fantastic. So, like I say, I've had to move this car because where it was originally, when I got it dropped off, was just up the road from me, and there's a load of parking bays which were garages, and because they were council garages and they had asbestos roofs, there was a storm that came through a few years ago now and damaged the roof. So, and the cost of putting new roofs on was more than the cost of what they were getting through people renting them out. So the council just plateaued them, flattened the whole lot, and yeah, so it was parked up there, and I'd had no issues beforehand with people, and but I think one of the neighbours or up there got a bit didn't want to see this scrap, or either I parked in his space or whatever, not that they're allocated. So the other day, what day are we on now? We're on Thursday. It's Thursday the 9th of November. So on the, is it the 5th? On the Monday, just gone, I had to decide to move it a bit closer to home, so I don't have to walk like 5 minutes up the road. But I didn't start it. I got the trusty Volvo and attached a rope and kind of pulled it down here to a certain point because we're on a bit of a hill. Luckily, the handbrake is free and not rusted on, which is surprising. And it coasted down the hill into this little parking spot here. Well, I say parking spot, it's on a bit of grass, so shh, don't tell anyone. But yeah, that's fantastic. But the fact that it runs, I'm really stoked at that. The repair on the harness for the clamps has done an absolute treat. And I'm thrilled that it runs, and at the moment it's idling at 800 RPM, just like a sewing machine. Like I say, now that she's warm, it's such a cracking little engine this thing is. It's just it's one of those that Japanese manufacturers, I tell you what, they might not know much about rust protection, as you can tell with if you've seen in previous videos of how rusty this thing is. But the one thing that they do spot on and just absolutely hit the nail on the head is mechanicals, the engines. They're just, you know, this has been sat for over a year with E10 fuel in it, gummed up spark plugs, no doubt. And obviously it took a few attempts, but it's now sat here idling perfectly. I'm flabbergasted, as they would say. So still a few things to sort out. Need to sort out that immobiliser to try and blip it off, because at the moment when the door's closed we're fine, but as soon as I open the doors the indicators start flashing, and obviously the rust as well. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting my teeth into this more and actually getting this back on the road, because, you know, like I say, I'm sat in here and this is again another thing. Look how much room. I'm sat up, you know, in the seat, and there's so much room as well. It feels like I'm in a van, but I'm not. It's the same height as a normal car, really. So, right. But yeah, it just fantastic. I'm so glad that the repair worked, and looking forward to getting this one on the road. Now my plan is, folks, is to get this on the road, welded up, MOT'd for Festival of the Exceptional 2024, when that's announced. That is the goal. This car, you know, I've got the other projects. I've got the MG ZR, which I'm slowly chipping away at. I've got the quite rusty, or equally as rusty as this, Renault Clio Mk1 1.8/16 valve, and I've got a spider friend in the window, probably a bit upset, like what the bloody hell's going on. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, so the plan is to, oh wow, I've even got central locking on this bad boy. Look, you can hear the, oh, and it does all the doors. Oh, love that. So yeah, so the plan is to get this sorted on the road and get some miles into it before festival exceptional, maybe some other shows. I'm really looking forward to it, folks. Now, unfortunately, like I say, I'm kind of waffling in this video. I am limited by, at the moment, I haven't put many videos out since, probably been about 10-11 days since this video, is mainly the weather. I'm working predominantly outdoors on vehicles, and it's very difficult to do, and it's a bit of a struggle. It really is, because, you know, days like today, it's great, but it's cold, so, you know, I have to wrap up, which I've got my hoodie on and everything. But when there's days when it rains, then I can't do anything on the cars. So I am looking out for a unit. I'm looking for probably like up to a 500 square foot unit. You know, it doesn't have to be massive, even if it's just to get this one car in with some electric. So if you happen to know if there's any units in the local area, in Burton-on-Trent and the surrounding areas, you know, in Staffordshire and Derbyshire, so Derby, Lichfield, Tamworth, places like that. Even if you happen to know anyone that's got a small unit and electric, and it's not going to be astronomical amount, I'm pretty quiet and keep myself to myself, really, so I can work on these. Then either throw me a message, or you can email me. What's the best email to use? Don't know. I'll have to probably get an email up, but throw me a message if you know anyone that's got a workshop space, so I can, because I desperately want to get these done through the winter. Like I say, I've still got plenty of welding to do on the Clio. Videos on that coming up soon, and do this as well, and the MG, and my Merc, which isn't on the channel yet, but eventually we'll get to that. Plus there's other projects that I want to kind of get my teeth into next year. So yeah, so I'll stop waffling, because I've waffled on far too long now. So if you like this kind of video, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It's up to you. Like, share, subscribe. You can also check me out on X, which is formerly Twitter, Instagram and TikTok under the Crap Car Hunter name, where like I say, I've kind of been slacking on the social medias, but back with the bang, as it were. And yeah, so give it a like, subscribe, and until the next time, folks, from a very happy Dave sat in Purple Slurple that's running like a Swiss watch. Till the next time, folks, have a good one, and remember, tidy bar.